Hi, Virgo. Welcome to your April 2016 love reading. It's Raina here. So the card I picked for the energy surrounding you in April is the King of Cups. This may be a man who is a water sign. It's definitely somebody who is very sensitive. It could be somebody in a position of authority who you are either pouring out your heart to about whatever situation in your love life is problematic. And you may have developed feelings for this person, even though they are your boss, or maybe they are married and have children. It could also mean that this is the person in question. Maybe you are with a Pisces or a Cancer or a Scorpio individual, and that person is problematic in some way. And maybe you are having problems in the relationship. I picked a card as to what's going on with this person, and I got the Nine of Swords. So there's definite anxiety swirling around with you and them. Again, the anxiety may be separate from this individual, and you may be confiding in him to feel better about yourself. And maybe you're falling for this person. But for some of you, that King of Cups is causing you to have sleepless nights. And usually when I think of the Nine of Swords in this context, I think that you may be feeling tortured about whether or not this person is cheating on you, for instance, and you don't trust what they're telling you. Those who are confiding about someone, perhaps the person you're with is an air sign. Maybe they are a Gemini or a Libra or an Aquarian. And the relationship is not good, and you are turning to this platonic relationship to kind of soothe your soul, and maybe you're falling for this confidant who is very sensitive and seems to help you to feel better about yourself at this time. The higher perspective of the situation is the Six of Cups. So for those of you who are feeling very anxious because you are not trusting the individual and thinking that they are doing something perhaps behind your back or otherwise creating problems in your life, the Six of Cups asks you to think about and be overly critical. But this card is a card of realizing, everything that you have accomplished and struggling when life is simpler. And, Virgo is a sign that is associated with purity and simple living. And so Virgos like to keep things uncomplicated as it is. So when you get involved with somebody that seems to trigger a lot of drama and turmoil in your life, you know that it is against your basic temperament to be in such a relationship, and that you should be gravitating towards an uncomplicated relationship like the Six of Cups represents. And also the fact that cups are featured means that the relationship should have an emotional connection to it. It cannot just be on the material level. It cannot just be on the sexual level. It has to have something deeper, which I connect with spirituality to have that emotional connection.
The attitude to adopt is the Six of Wands. So this is about strutting your stuff and taking a bow and being confident, being on center stage. There may be things going on in your private life that feel like victories. Virgo, you're a very modest sign. This is kind of contrary to how you conduct yourselves, unless you have a lot of Leo in your chart that gives you more of a show offy attitude. And you actually might because you're right next to Leo. But in general, Virgos are much more comfortable behind the scenes. And this is about having the self esteem to promote yourself. And this is especially important if you're somebody who is looking for a new relationship, that you do not just stand, at the edge of the dance floor and act like a wallflower, because I think that this is something that is much more typical of a Virgo, to be a bit shy, a bit reticent, and you are to adopt the confidence that the Six of Wands represents. The card that crosses you is the Eight of Pentacles. This is a card of really working hard at one's craft. In a love relationship, I feel it means that you have to get away from this mindset of thinking that the more you try to work on something, the more it's going to give you what you want, help you to mold, the other person. Virgo is a perfectionist. So the Eight of Pentacles really is kind of a perfectionistic energy, I feel. And you have to guard against that when you're dealing with relationships. Sometimes people try to exert a lot of will and put a lot of energy into something that is not viable. And I feel like you can judge the viability of something with how easy it seems to flow. The more obstacles that are thrown up, the more resistance there is within that situation, the less likely I feel it is to be a good pairing. So, whenever you find yourself in relationships with people, and it doesn't have to just be in the romantic sense, it could be in friendships where it seems like you're doing most of the work and you feel like things are never quite easy, that everything takes so much effort just to like keep things together, to be on the same page. And it seems like there's always these obstacles that you have to surmount. And it's rare that there is an easy flow of energy between the two of you. Then you have to really question the viability of the relationship altogether. Because I feel like resistance is created when we try so hard to make something work. I think it's a good sign that there's a basic incompatibility there. And it makes it easier to cut your losses if that's the case. The advice is the Ace of Pentacles. And so if you are involved with your boss, you may actually have to change jobs and go to a new job. But this is a card of about being open to somebody who is an earth sign. Now, whether this person is someone you can think about right now and know who I'm talking about, I'm not sure. It may be somebody who's a platonic friend. Maybe you're not involved romantically and don't think of this person romantically, but this is the person for you. Aces are all about beginnings, so there should be something that comes up related to someone who is an earth sign, or if you are starting a new job, there may be some sort of relationship with somebody at that workplace. But just be open to that. The outcome is the King of Wands. Again, sometimes this describes the actual person that you end up with. The King of Wands would be a fire sign individual. It's a very masculine energy, so it could literally be a man. a macho type of a man who really takes charge. The fire signs, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, or somebody who has that signature in their chart. But it's a leader, again, talking about bosses. um, I don't know if you're going to end up with your boss, but it's definitely a very empowered position. Whoever this person is, it's somebody who takes chances in life, is very sexy, and is very virile. It's kind of like all those masculine vibes just oozing out of their pores. Think of a Marlon Brando type in Streetcar Named Desire or something like that. But in any case, this person, it could be a facet of you. Now, this could actually be your mentality. Maybe you have decided to become more empowered because of whatever it is that you have gone through. And definitely, since I got the Six of Wands for you, you should be looking at self esteem issues and making sure that you ask for what you need and that you do not allow yourself to be a doormat, because the natural tendency of Virgo is to be very helpful to other people. And there are always going to be people who take advantage of that and who don't appreciate that you are putting yourself out like that and just look to use you for your sensible and constructive approach to life. But you definitely should learn ways to ask for what you need, stand up for what you believe in, and thereby attract a partner who will be an equal and who will be very respectful to you and appreciate the wonderful qualities that you have, Virgo. So I hope you enjoyed this reading. If you'd like a personal one, please click on the link below. Otherwise, have a great month. Bye.